Hey, what's going on, everybody? How you doing out there? This is Uncle Steve, and you're in Uncle Steve's Lounge. Appreciate y'all joining us today. Got a lot to talk about coming off yesterday's loss to the Tennessee Titans. Who's going to be the quarterback? Who's going to be the depth for Grady since we lost him? How do we replace Grady's leadership? Is Arthur Smith actually sane? A lot of that and more to come. Check us out in a second. Hey, what is going on? And welcome everyone into Uncle Steve's Lounge on an edition of the Monday Minutia. We are here to join everyone else here in the chat, Falcons fans from everywhere, Falcons fans who are wondering what's happening with the team, the up and down, the roller coaster, the questions, so many questions. Uh, just a whole lot to talk about today. I appreciate y'all joining me here in Uncle Steve's Lounge. Do me a favor if you get a chance. If you're coming in here on YouTube, as you're coming in, push that like button for me. It helps us get this thing out there so people can check it out. Share the video if you like what you hear. If you came to have a good time, you're in the right place. If you came to be stuffy and vent all of your uh anger and all that stuff, probably not the place for you, but we take opinions, we have fun, we got a lot of questions today. First off, I would be remiss if I didn't start off with the injury to Grady Jarrett. That's like, you know, when you start thinking about things in the off season and say things that you need to help the season go by great and things you don't need to happen to ruin the season. Yeah, Grady Jarrett is one of them. Grady Jarrett is probably uh, the 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 leader of the team. Basically, he is. And Grady's been here for a while. He and Jake are the only holdovers from that Super Bowl team. Grady has been nothing but solid. You know, you can have the argument about how great he is and all that stuff, but just healing prayers out to Grady Jarrett, and he's going to be missed an ACL. Now, again, Grady is, uh, he's a big boy. Grady knows the business. Uh, it is what it is, but I can't go past this point. Once I saw that news, I had to go to my little spot track website and check and see how that looked on paper, folks. And I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, and I don't want to be that person that say, "Oh man, you just being negative." I'm really not being negative, but there could be a reality, folks. If you look at these numbers, I'm gonna take down some of this stuff right here so y'all can see with me. Uh-oh, had it up there. Um, if you look at this and look at this chart, Grady this year made $20 million, right? 16.5 in salary, still paying on that signing bonus. You talk about awful timing. Look what the Falcons can do this offseason. This offseason, the Falcons could actually get out of this contract with only a 8.2 dead cap hit. Now, again, this is not personal at this point. It's business. And as much as I love Grady, Grady's just turning 30. He had this injury mid-season. The average you see people coming back is like about a year. I don't want to be doom and gloom about things, but I don't know. How y'all feel about that? You can get out of this contract next year with an 8.2 dead cap. I mean, I love Grady, but it's gonna be interesting to see what they think about. But that was just something I wanted to throw out there, see how that hit, see what you all think about it. Also, we had a trade within the last hour or so. Contavious Street, formerly of the Philadelphia Eagles, is making his way here to Atlanta for a couple of lower end. I think we gave them a 7th, and they're going to get a 6th round pick. Not really huge consequences as far as the draft picks are concerned, but we are getting some depth, already looking ahead to see what's going to happen with that. Arthur Smith had a press conference today, and I'm sure most of you have seen it already. And usually you come out of it with clarity, but I'm going to tell y'all, I came out of it confused. As I talked to my brother Tidy earlier on Atlanta Bird Gang, y'all make sure y'all check him out on Mondays for his player draft and on Friday nights for the Waffle House. And I said on the thing, it's 2 things I found out from that press conference. It's like, 1, Arthur Smith doesn't play games. He said that like 15 times. I'm not here to play games. I'm not really playing games. We're not going to play games. We're not going to play games. And then 2, Arthur Smith might be on record as the first coach to ever have your starting quarterback get checked out for a concussion during the game. The quarterback gets cleared, and he said, hold on one second. I'm a genius. I could tell that you're hurt. Arthur Smith is a genius. And he looked right at Desmond and said, Desmond, I could tell by the way the score is. I mean, I could tell by the way you look that you need to sit on the sidelines. I didn't even know Arthur Smith had a medical degree. Arthur Smith is a genius. So he decided to sit Desmond, much to Desmond's chagrin. If you looked at the little presser yesterday, while Desmond is never going to come out, you can read his body language. He said he wanted to come back in. He's a competitor. What do you expect? I love that. You know I do. But at the same time, in comes Taylor Heineke, and you see some movement. So I asked the question yesterday, and then also to add intrigue to everything, the Atlanta Falcons website, not ESPN or any other media outlet, the Atlanta Falcons website are playing it up to today's game show, Ritter or Heineke. So they are making it seem like there's this huge reveal, like a ta-da on Wednesday. But I'll say this. Don't you think it's probably it's already written, the writing's on the wall, that we might not see our boy this week? I love Desmond. Because why would you, working at AtlantaFalcons.com, put out a big thing to say, big announcement, Wednesday, who's going to start against Minnesota? Ritter or Heineke? Why would you do that? It seems like you're just bringing up even more stuff to me. I don't know. So I guess as we wait till Wednesday, until then, I'm going to chat with my brothers and sisters in the chat, see what y'all talking about. Again, and look, y'all start off, man, y'all already starting off with a super chat, man. That don't even make no sense how great that is.
Jet, super jet, super jet. Jet, super jet, super
My
jet.
brother Greg in the house.
Jet, super jet, super jet. Jet, super jet, super jet. To your left, to your left, to your left, to your left.
Gotta get out there and dance. I don't know. These bones, man. Need some moving around. Greg's in the house. He said, "What's up, I can't really see defending Ritter. Taylor came right in for a half and did what Ritter couldn't do in 2 games with 0 turnovers. Hey, man. True. Absolutely true. Y'all make sure y'all check Greg out. Get those Greg custom kicks. We're at the halfway point. How many of you have gotten yours? Y'all check them out and make sure you get with Greg before the season's out. Or in the seasons, even when the season's out. They still look good. I get so many compliments on those shoes. I wore them to work this past Friday. And I passed your information on to them. But y'all got the information right here. Y'all check it out for me. Thank you, Greg. John Brooks in the house. What's up, Uncle Steve? Smash that like button. And our Falcons just signed Contavious Streets from Philly just a few seconds ago. Yes, they did. They did. My brother Larry from the Dixon Way, who just finished the Hawks week review on his channel. Y'all make sure y'all check out the Dixon Way. Him and his lovely wife, Shonda, put on a great show for you. Live action coming at you. Man, who wants to hear it? Especially, man, I was thinking about you, Larry, when I was listening to those horrific CBS folks yesterday. And I know it was James Lofton, whatever, and Beth Malwin, Moen, Tomato, whatever her name is. And that was just awful. So I said, shoot, I'll turn on my boy over here on the Dixon Way. Get something good out of there. What's going on, man? So you have to possess wit to outwit yourself, Steve. Arthur Smith is a dummy. Now that was toxic. Cue the Sesame Street music. My man says cue the Sesame Street music. Gotcha, darn it, I'm going to get this music on the way. Because he said there are sunnier days coming. I believe you. I appreciate you, brother Larry. Demetrius is in the house. What's going on, Demetrius? How you doing, sir? Good to see you. WCG is here. Said, well, looks like Falcons be facing Jameis Winston this Sunday. Oh, no, did they make that trade? Please don't say that. Are you serious? I hope you're not playing with me. Demetrius says he can't wait to hear it. I love Desmond. I guess, dude, I'm the love for Desmond, man. Y'all gotta have love for my boy Heineke too now.
Just the other night, I was telling Arthur Smith to play Heineke, Heineke, Heineke.
We gotta get Heineke up in here too now. Y'all might want to get used to it. C Doubles in the house. What's going on, man? WCG said no, but a friend of mine who is a Saints fan says it's gonna go down for what he's hearing in the swamp. Okay. Which might make sense. That might give Jameis some playing time. But even if they made that trade, I doubt if we see him this week. I bet you would still see the other little guy, which what's his name? I don't even know his name. Millie is in the house. Let's go, Millie. Isaiah is here. What's going on, Isaiah? Good to see you, my brother. King Richie is here. How you feeling, King? Marina's in the house. Say, I haven't seen Ritter talk to the media since yesterday. Sounds like he had a little Mariota in him, running from the media after horrible phone. No. They had a little. He talked yesterday. He had a little thing when he was on the interviews afterwards. Go look on AtlantaFalcons.com. He's on there. Jamal D is in the house. Isaiah also says, can we just say the Falcons traded for a DT no one's ever heard of? Is this a joke? Falcons ain't trying to win. If they was, they would offer a second and third for Montez Sweat. The day is not over. It's very young, my friend. We still got less than 24 hours. I can pretty much assure you the Falcons aren't done. They are going to be players, man. You can't be in first place at this time and not be a player. You can't. Jamal D said, drop that track. I believe Taylor can fly. Now, wait a minute, y'all. I can't change the name. But if the right fan comes along, you might hear that number one song of the week. I believe Des can fly. And I'm Casey Gates. All right. Dexter said, what's up, man? Rise up. Oh, thank you, Jeffrey. He said, run those likes up. Yeah, I appreciate that. Y'all run the likes up if you can. Monday evening, got a little time before the Monday night game. It's not that important anyway. Who is it? Vegas and somebody. Detroit? It's not that. Jamal, what's going on, man? Chat, we enjoying your 35th birthday. Rise up, man. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Y'all wish Jamal a happy birthday in the chat. That one Red Stallions fan, what's going on, my brother? Say still can't get over fat Will Levis. Chisel Mayo all over the Falcon defense and drink it all up alongside us, the whole mushy banana. Wow. That was ugly, man. It was ugly. But you know what? Got to put it in the rearview mirror, man. We got bigger fish to fry. And Arthur Smith tried to allude to it yesterday. He's not supposed to say stuff like that, but he's absolutely right. This game coming up, not only is it big because you're in first place, it's also big because this is an NFC game. And it became triply big because Kirk Cousins tore his ACL yesterday, which I really hate when we don't play the main guys because you never get credit for the wins. But the Falcons, look, we said that this coming week, we'll see Will Levis. Let's fire him up. Let's give him some rookie treatment. And he gave us some treatment. CW said, I believe Desmond can sit. I believe he can sit on that bench. Y'all are crazy, man. Winston, what's going on, brothers? Said, chat, smash that like button. Appreciate you. Sister Barbara's in the house. How you doing, Barbara? Said, yeah, terrible. And Grady, it would have happened right before the trade deadline. Absolutely. Arthur Smith claims he will announce who's the starting quarterback on Wednesday. Wonder why AB is so quiet. Jerry Jones would be all over the junk that's going on. Let me tell you something. Well, there's a plus and minus to that, Barbara, because sometimes you don't want the owner all in your business too much because really that's not his job to sit around. He observes and can make the call to get you out of there. But you don't want the owner all up in your business. I don't like the Jerry Jones part, but I guess he's a pseudo GM, him or the grandson or whatever, or the son. But I think Arthur Blank spoke volumes, Barbara. If you see the picture yesterday, if they showing Arthur Blank walking in at halftime for that game, and I'm telling you, that was the same look I saw he had at that Pittsburgh game last year, Barbara. Remember when Mariota threw that interception and we lost the game and Arthur Blank was walking in with them when he came out? Desmond Ridder was the starter. That was that same look Arthur Blank had yesterday. He had that look on his face like, man, if you put him out there one more time. Arthur Smith was like, but Arthur, which way, man? If you don't put him out there one more time, make something up. Say his head hurt. But that won't flow. I'll look stupid. Well,
Arthur Smith is a genius.
cousin, what's going on, cousin James? How you feeling, brother? Good to see you. Billy said that street boy from Philly is trash. People can relax. Terry want Montez or Chase. Everyone else irrelevant. I tend to agree about that. Z Double says, I love Taylor. I'm going to have to change it, man. I got to change it. But it'll only be after Wednesday. But until then, I love Desmond. It's got to be. Isaiah says, why are the Falcons not trying to win? They really don't even care. Do you think we should upgrade our offer for Montez Sweat from a third to a second? I would see. Well, the thing I think they have an advantage with Montez, because I think they would send him home. And if you're the Falcons, you don't want to give up too much equity. Second round picks can be pretty good. So I'm not sure if I would give that up right away. But I hear what you're saying. You got to show the fans that you're trying to do so. But I don't want anybody to lose their mind over this trade today. That was for depth. Y'all saw the other dude who came in for him got hurt as well, London. So that was for depth. I wouldn't go crazy about that. He wasn't brought in to be the aha piece. Barbara says Grady's leadership will be missed. Absolutely. Come down here to some folks down here because I love that y'all chat this stuff up so much. Isaiah says, man, do you think we need to up our? Oh yeah, I just answered that. Sorry about that. WCG says Falcons are going to have to restructure Grady's contract to fit Sweaty in, from what I heard, so he isn't going anywhere. Well, here's the problem though. Going back to those numbers, let me go back. How much do you want to keep pushing some of this money down the line? I'm gonna make the look. Grady's a good guy. Look at those salaries. Now, if you were to restructure, that means you're gonna push more money down in 26, 27. I'm not trying to get rid of Grady. I'm just trying to think financially what probably makes sense. But how much money? Look at the ages, 31, 32. And Grady is a really good player. But if we start adding up dollars and cents, when you have AJ, you haven't decided what you're gonna do with Pitts yet. Eventually, somebody at the quarterback position is gonna get paid in the next 2 or 3 years. And yes, the salary cap will go up, so you can have some of that. But yeah, are you really willing to pay Grady $15 million for a year that he's not gonna be? I mean, well, if you restructure, yes. But I just don't know. And anybody interpreting it as I'm trying to get rid of Grady is just absolutely wrong. Barbara says same thing. Yes, I'd like to get out of the contract with Grady, like you said. And it's not like you can't re-sign him. Maybe you get out of that. Look, y'all, we ain't talking like a Matt Ryan $30 million hit. That's an $8 million hit. They were paying, they took 2 years in a row hit with Julio. They were still paying Deion Jones on his hit. CW says, I am sorry, but I have to go. I got to keep Grady. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I have to say I got to keep Grady around. And I'm no problem with that. I would love to keep Grady around. I'm just putting it out there to say it's a thought. It really is a thought that you have to think about whether you're going to keep him around. Texas says, I love Grady. Winston says Grady could be ready by opening day next year, and we passed on Carter, so Grady will be back. Okay. Y'all know how to. Okay. I hear you. PJ was going on and said prayers for Grady. Absolutely. We want Grady to get healthy no matter what happens. Justin, what's going on? Justin says missing out on Jalen Carter will hurt us for years. Grady paid his last game as a Falcon. Justin, I wish I could disagree with you. I really wish I could. I really wish I could. CWC, yeah, genius. All right. Big boy Frank. What's up, big brother? Arthur Smith is a genius. He is. What y'all talking about?
Arthur Smith is a genius.
He is. PJ said that 2nd and 5 from the 7-yard line stopped all the momentum. A pass from a tight end 3 was the dumbest play ever. And it's a narrative that we can't get away from when you start talking about Arthur Smith. Notice I haven't even gone to Ritter's play yesterday. I can't. His coach is making dumb mistakes. And his coach is saying some of the most idiotic stuff in the world. They literally at AtlantaFalcons.com put out a text to say, we're going to make an announcement that he's going to make an announcement on Wednesday. I know he said it in the press conference, but why would you toot it up? Why? I mean, I think the writing's on the wall. If Desmond is your quarterback and he was told that he was clear. Now, Arthur Smith came out and said, well, I got my stethoscope out and I started looking at him and I determined Desmond didn't look right.
Arthur Smith is a genius.
So if you believe that, I got some real estate in Idaho I want to sell you too. Because that just didn't make sense. Atlanta Bird Gang. What's going on, Tiny? I told y'all about Tiny, Atlanta Bird Gang. Make sure you check them out. Please subscribe. Run them likes up. Do what you do. He just finished his player grades. Always check out my brother before I come on here. Y'all push that. Push it. He said, you and these sound effects, Ritter and Heineke. What? There's a decision to be made, though, Tiny. Ritter or Heineke. You got to make a decision. So, yeah. DeMarcus make a change. I love the move that they made today. Yeah, absolutely. I think it's, again, depth, y'all. It's not about, this guy is not being brought in here to be the next Grady. For anybody thinking that, that's not what this is for. This is to have a healthy defensive end body, which should tell you their thoughts on Timmy Horn on this team. Because last year, because of the depth we had, some of y'all had Timmy Horn as an all-pro defensive lineman. Jamal D says Taylor's pocket presence, pocket awareness is also 100 times better than this. Oh, man. Isaiah said, how do you feel about Montez Sweat? Should the Falcons upgrade their offer instead of a third? I think you put this on already. Maybe that keeps repeating. Might want to check your thing. I don't know why that keeps repeating on there. Nando is in the house. And what's up, Unc? Ritter starts Sunday and lays an egg. Arthur Smith needs to be fired on Sunday after the game. I'm going to tell you what you're going to run the risk of, too. Do y'all remember in the Titans game? Y'all could hear it through the stands. Remember when they did that little, the fumble went over Malik's head? And they brought Malik back in that game, and that crowd let him have it, even though it wasn't his fault. If you march Ritter out there at the semi-full Mercedes-Benz, ain't no telling what kind of reaction you're going to get from that crowd. And somebody who's probably already fragile, not even fragile mentally, fragile holding on to the ball, playing a really good quarterback, that could be damaging. I mean, it's not like Ritter has gotten to the end zone a lot lately. Well, he's gotten to the end zone, but he did a little primetime step into the end zone and got the ball knocked out of his hands. What's up, Damien? Says Falcons frustrate me. I wish they'd be honest with us. That's the truth. Tell the truth. DeMarcus says, I hope to see you at the game this weekend. Yeah, I'm going to be there. We'll be there. Most definitely. Jamal says, I was a Desmond supporter all season. I love Desmond. Based on the lies, based off the lies I was told from the coaches. But it's obvious who is better. Jamal, you're not alone. You're not alone. They told us early this year, Desmond has demonstrated everything that it takes to be an NFL quarterback. All this was before the draft. And reporters like, hey, so what has Desmond done? You know, Terry Fontenot. Terry Fontenot. Well, I love Terry. Terry Fontenot sat up there with a straight face and told us, no, Des has all the intangibles. Let me tell you something. Anytime somebody tells you they have all the intangibles, that means they're not good at anything. When I hear, like, the first thing when you hear when they say Desmond Ritter, the two words that come out, you don't hear, you know, like when Josh Allen came out of college, Josh Allen came out, man, he's got an arm. And Peyton Manning came out, man, he's cerebral. He's the thinking man's quarterback. Desmond Ritter came out, boy, he's got those intangibles. Could you elaborate? Help me. I love Desmond. Yeah, that's it. We love Desmond. Oh, no, D. Sloan. What's up, D? D said, let's go, Ritter. Forget the haters. Oh, Lord. D. There are no haters in this group. What are you talking about? Here in this group, we support our quarterback.
Des can fly.
And when we support our
I
quarterback,
believe Des can touch the sky.
sometimes we can be a little critical.
Think about it almost every day.
A lot of times we have the right to
Des
be.
can do anything.
If he wears that Falcon logo,
I believe Des can score.
then I think you need to back him.
If he doesn't fumble on the 4.
So there are no haters here,
Des
sir.
can fly.
And I resent the fact
I believe Des can fly.
that you bring that up in this form.
I believe Des can fly.
All right. Y'all amaze me with the hater word. I want somebody to define hater for me. Are haters people that are honest about play? Are haters people that just don't follow your narrative? I think that's what it is more. Jamal says Desmond will go somewhere else and be better. Watch the scheme and coaching staff doesn't be. And you know what? That might be the case. It really might be. David, what's up? Say, what's up, Steve? Ritter, first half, 97 yards, 3 points. Heineke, second half, 240 yards, 20 points. Confidence in Ritter's ability. Yes. So, in this particular episode of Ritter or Heineke, I would say that's a Heineke belt. Alex Too Real, what's up, man? So one thing I noticed that a lot of folks didn't see is Heineke communicating with the offensive line and reading the defense during pre-snap. Even the run play started to look better. Run game started to look better. It did. As Titan defense started to respect the arm of Taylor and took people out of the box. Folks, and Alex, I am not sitting here ever trying to mistake Taylor Heineke for Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes. But look at what Alex said in this. Heineke communicating with the offensive line and reading the defense during pre-snap. So for all of the Ritter, well, let's take our time. He's got to grow. He's got to. That's fine. That's a beautiful narrative. And somewhere 10 years down the line, we'll revel in that. I love Desmond. But for the meantime, we have a team that's able to possibly win, yes, a bad division, but win the division. So what would you rather do? Tell me in 2025, wow, that was great that we went through those sucky years because what we got out of it was Desmond was really great. Or do you want to put somebody in there who's done this before? Not saying at an elite level. He did win a division championship with Washington. But somebody who can play the game. That's all I'm saying. Jamal says, you're a fool with these tracks. What? Me? Ron Smith in the house. Say, what's up, Unc?
Dr. Smith is a genius.
Oh, man. My brother Jeremy Cox is in the house. What's up, man? It has to be Heineke. If it isn't, I swear to everything holy, I'll be furious for 5 minutes before promptly applying medication to my hemorrhoids. So we can avoid him getting preparation H in the battle of Ritter or Heineke. Sounds like Jeremy's going for Heineke. And Jeremy's somebody, and look, and I mean, Jeremy came out with a really good video for those of you in Atlanta Bird Gang on Facebook when he was talking about that. Jeremy is that cat, kind of like me, man. I roll with the logo. Am I enthused with a lot of the stuff Ritter has done so far? Not over 50%, but he hasn't been like so horrific that we were ready to get rid of him week 2, week 4, week 5. Yeah, now we're up to week 8. And you go and just compare and contrast. And I don't want to hear anything about the offensive line. Will Levis came out here fresh off the diaper still on, extra absorbent. Came out there and right away start carving us up. Did the defense have a bad game? Absolutely, they did. Did our pass rush not get there all day long? No. But dang, still a rookie quarterback. And I never remember everybody talk about Will Levis and intangibles. They say Will Levis can throw the ball. There were a lot of interceptions, but they said Will Levis had a strong arm. I remember that part. Travis is here. Travis says, I wouldn't be surprised if Ritter was named the starter because Arthur's ego won't allow him to admit that he's wrong.
Arthur Smith is a genius.
How dare you talk about our coach and his ego? Oh, man. PJ said another rookie quarterback looking like Tom Brady. Absolutely. Isaiah said, how do you feel about no call offensive PI? Yeah, that was a horrible call. The first one, especially. But you know what? I mean, that's D-Hop too. Sometimes you're gonna get the benefit of the doubt if you're D-Hop. It was hard, but he literally grabbed dude around the neck on the play. But nothing to see here. Barbara says Tannehill probably gonna have a long recovery because Levis went legit. They already announced he's gonna play this week. Because at first, Tannehill they were talking about possibly playing him this past week, early in the week. Oh, it's gonna take a while, y'all. Chris Rogers in the house. What's up, man? I truly believe Smith received a phone call at halftime to move on from Ritter. His ego wouldn't have took him out of the game. I don't even think it was a phone call, Chris. Again, go look at that picture. Go look at that picture of, go look at that picture of Arthur Blank going in there. You'll see it. Crunk Fresh is in the house. What's going on, man? Good to see you. Thanks for joining us in Uncle Steve's Lounge. Again, appreciate y'all jumping in here. As y'all coming in, please hit the like button for me. Tell your friends. Y'all want to be entertained, have some fun, make some decisions. Ritter or Heineke. Y'all come on in here to Uncle Steve's Lounge. Thank y'all, especially on Facebook as well. Isaiah says Grady is a huge blow, wishing him speedy recovery. Absolutely. Billy says, I'd rather have Scotty returning punts. What happened to Avery Wilson? You know, he got hurt earlier in the year. I think his was his Achilles or ACL? One of the two. Rusty, what's going on, Russ? Say, imagine waking up 7-1 on the Eagles and being told you've been traded to the Falcons. Hope y'all have good counselors in Atlanta. No, but you know what they're going to sell him on, Rusty? He said, hey, buddy, you're going from a first-place team to a first-place team. He said, oh, I'm going to Kansas City? Not quite. Which says, we don't have to push Grady Bunny anywhere to get sweat. That's asinine. We have more than enough money to bring him in and cover history remaining contract if the Commanders don't cover anything. All right, well, I mean, I never said anything about pushing money. I'm just saying get rid of it totally. Jarrett, what's up, Jarrett? How you doing, brother? Said Grady will be long in the tooth and we have to hope he regains that burst. It's okay to let him go. 2 good seasons left in him. That's the reality I'm talking about. And again, if Grady wants to give the hometown discount to the team, if we cut him, I mean, if he wants to come back for 1 year, $6 million, or 1 year, $5 million, I mean, we can do that. But the restructuring stuff, again, if y'all count up that money, that's $20 million. You got to keep pushing that down the line. You don't want to keep pushing dead money down the pipe. You really don't. Uh-oh. Got another super chat in the house. Is that Greg again? My Greg.
Super chat.
Said definitely.
Uncle Steve will chat right back. I know when you super chat, Uncle Steve will talk right back. Every time you donate to me, you.
And Greg says, definitely Taylor Heineke, Levis looked all pro with the bench line still on his hind parts. And Ritter's excuse again. I love Desmond. Wow. Y'all are, y'all are not in love with Des, man. Frank says how much we have on the cap next year. We might cut them and resign. Okay, so you saying the same thing I said. Actually, we're not gonna know until the end of the year. Um, we got a couple of situations you definitely need to take care of. I'm just trying to look real quick. And for the 2020, uh-oh, 2024 free agents for the Falcons, according to spottrack.com. Free agents are Jeff Okuda, who I think we're going to probably try to sign or do something. Calais, CP, Bud Dupree, Matt Hollis, Keith Smith, Van Jefferson, now Contavious Street, Trey Flowers, Scotty Miller. So we got a lot of folks to think about. So the free agent situation is going to be pretty interesting. Ray said, "What's up? What's going on, brother? How you feeling?" Uh Jared says Bijan or Cordero could have made that throw. No need to put a tight end. That was a ridiculous play. I don't even know how we did that. I was so dumb. Now, you talking about really crazy. Uh, what's up, Lisa? How you doing? Say Fontenot is a politician with that description. Key says, I wish he'd stop going to Bijan every play. It's getting ridiculous. I agree. Barbara says, won't be but a few people at the Benz, and if we see Ritter, the Boo Birds will come out just like the Titans when they saw Willis. She is right. She is right. Marina says, when they talk about intangibles, it's the same thing as your boys trying to hook you up with that one girl who ain't all that. But she's good. She's good people. Oh man. Stop. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. Y'all are wrong. Hey man, look what we got. We got another super chat that I missed in here.
Chat, super chat.
That's
super
our buddy
chat.
Big Low Country.
Chat, super chat.
Big Low Country Sports.
Chat, super chat. Super chat.
We gonna get it together.
Chat, super chat. Super chat. To your left, to your left, to your left.
Big Low Country Sports. Y'all make sure y'all check him out on his channel. I know y'all know who he is. Y'all make sure y'all hook him up. He said Southern Silk reunion. I guess just like these trades, I guess I could be talked into it. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll see how that works out. Maybe. Got to see what the contract negotiation is, though. Oh man. Eric, what's going on? Said, bro, you have really made this fun. That's the purpose, man. Let me tell you something. I don't have any there are so many good folks out here like Big Load, Smitty Sports Machine, Birdo, A1 Forever. I keep going out of your Falcon Mile, John and Mike, who I apologize to both of them because I've been promising to try to get together with those guys for the longest. So many guys out here, man. But dude, I just like having fun out here. That was all about, man. Just have some fun. Have some fun while we're talking about the Falcons, because sometimes you need to laugh, not to cry about these Falcons. Winston says a hater is someone that doesn't like your moves because they don't see it feasible for them instead of going out and doing what they can do to improve their situation. That's actually really good. That's actually really good if you think about it. Larry says, Will Levis looked like a real future franchise quarterback. Oh, yeah. Levis is a real rookie and not a mythical second-year rookie the Desmonds keep saying. Unfortunately, Ritter will start because our coach is what? You say our coach is what?
Arthur Smith is a genius.
Shame on you, Larry. Shame on you. Talking about our coach like that. I denounce you. Larry, go get me for that one. Facebook user says, I supported Dez even after evaluating his college tape and not being impressed with his accuracy, touches, and mechanics. I don't know what they saw in him. Maybe just worth the risk of a third round pick. As I've said many times, it's hard to teach accuracy. These guys have been throwing footballs almost all their lives. Accurate quarterbacks come into the league that way. For example, does anyone think Ritter would have even attempted that goal line fade to Scott Miller? I think Ritter would have. Let me tell you something. That throw that Heineke made. Scotty Miller. You saw Scotty Miller. Scotty Miller was the only person smiling. He looked like he had just got reinvigorated on there. Y'all look for some big. If Heineke plays, y'all look for some big stuff out of Scotty Miller. Scotty Miller gonna play for him. And Kadero Hodge, he gonna play for him. Matt Hollis, he's gonna play for him. Because those guys saying, oh Lord, we in the game? We getting some run? And the ball is literally getting here? Again, folks, this isn't the pile on Ritter thing. I have absolutely no coaching experience in real football. I've coached my daughter's basketball team and played on the football team in the Army. Not the Army, but a base team. But I don't have any real experience in that stuff. But you know what I do have? I do have eyes. And as I'm sitting here and Stevie Wonder was next to me, he was like, hey, Steve. I said, yeah, what's up, Stevie? Unc, I don't think Ritter is doing it. I said, how did that? Stevie, how did you see that? I love Desmond. So, shout out to Stevie Wonder. King Richie said, I believe Blank ready to pull Ritter to save the season since he's playing a backup $10 million first development later on. So, in the battle of Ritter or Heineke, safe to say that King says Heineke. Miller says, the thing is, Arthur Smith messed up, and now we've seen Heineke now, and Arthur Smith can continue to hide him from the fans. Where I'm in the same we're in the same situation as last year. Fans calling for the backup, stupid coach. Let me tell you something too. I was talking to Big Low earlier today, and we were talking about that. And on my Facebook page was the game last year, the Carolina game, where ironically we won that game and we were in first place. So for all of the promise of it'll be better next year, we're literally in the same spot. That video hit my stream today. So we're in the same spot as last year. Am I happy in first place? Absolutely. But folks, doesn't mean you have to be content with that. If you want to go yard hard for Desmond, knock yourself out. I love Desmond. But if I were y'all, I would go back and look at that second half again. And look, I've heard conspiracy theory. Well, he changed things up for Taylor. If you really notice with the critical eye and a microscope, and really looked at the inner dimensions of blah, 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 blah. And half the people talking, but it didn't take a genius to figure it out. Just the other night, I was telling Arthur Smith to play Heineke. I don't. Brother Wallace is in the house. What's going on, Wallace? Good to see you. Scott's here. Scott says Arthur Smith went to the Acme School of Coaching in Acme quarterback store. It's the Taylor Heineke show. Scott says Ritter or Heineke. Sounds like another vote for Heineke. That's what it sounds like. Y'all are crazy, man. Oh man, Dondre, what's going on, man? Said we are not in rebuild mode anymore. We need to win football games. The better quarterback is obvious. We have to be smart, but Arthur Smith can be so frustrating. Arthur Smith is a genius. I don't think I see the long line getting behind Taylor. You know, I really do. It's kind of crazy. My brother Juan is in the house. Say, hey, Unc. I wonder if those Desmians feel how the Desmians feel to see Taylor come in and move the ball. I'm gonna say in the decision for
Ritter or Heineke?
it sounds like Juan is in the Heineke category. Juan says if Ritter was benched after London, we would be 5-2. We're about to doubt that. Trying to tell you. Winston says, I honestly don't see how fans are so gun ho over Ritter, but can't say that he wouldn't take another mid-tier quarterback over him in this offense. Can we all agree Murray would be a better fit in this offense? And I thought about that. That price tag is just crazy for me. Speaking of price tags, I got to bring old school in here for my brother John and bring some love in here to see what they got here.
I know when you super chat, Uncle Steve will chat right back. I know when you super chat, Uncle Steve will talk right back. Every time you donate to me, you.
John Harris is in the house. He said, Scratchy Throat Records want to sign you in Low Country. On another subject, Smith has skewered himself by not having a plan, man. That dude. He is dude, Arthur Smith is, I don't know, folks. He is just something else, man. Raymond Collins is here. What's up, Raymond? How you doing? Prayers for my guy Grady. Healing and recovery. Absolutely. Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. Lisa says, Van Jefferson, though, 2 big drops for the Falcons since he joined the team. Yeah, Lisa. Yeah, Lisa brought me back to the long bomb that he was wide open. And the one time Ritter is like, oh my God, it's a pass I actually got down the field. And he dropped that bad boy bigger than mess. And yesterday, yeah, that was awful. Even though I will say, Lisa, on the play prior to that, I'm still kind of questioning um, why Heineke didn't run for that extra yard. Seemed like he kind of pulled up. Kind of weird on that, but you're absolutely right. Juan said if Ritter was in on that 4th down, it would have been an interception instead of an incomplete pass. Juan, you're letting your feelings show about your favorite quarterback. I love Desmond. You really are. Oh man, Jamal says y'all got to stop hyping Tyler H up to. Y'all forget he's a turnover machine as well. He will give you a few good games and then go back to his regular self like Baker Mayfield. And I want to make sure that I'm clear on this, Jamal. I don't think anybody here in the chat in Atlanta is fooling ourselves to say Tyler Heineke is great. But it's almost like if you had a chance to go eat somewhere and somebody said, I'm going to give you a saltine cracker, some, I'm just trying to think of 3 things I wouldn't want to eat, some Spam or potted meat. And they gave you those 3 choices, and which is horrible because I don't know which one I pick. But it's not like you have a choice of Patrick Mahomes on the menu. It's not like you have a choice of Justin Herbert on the menu. Nobody's here fooling ourselves that Taylor Heineke is great. But I do know who he's better than on this roster. I love Desmond. So let's not try to, I don't want that to get twisted that I'm saying he's the end all be all. But for what we're trying to do right now, for those who want to go along with the learning curve and develop him in such a way that he's going to turn out to be, and I talked about the intangible thing, right? My son, who is going into sports management, he has this thing, and he told me this summer. He said, Dad, what does Desmond Ritter do that makes you say, oh, he's going to be a pretty good quarterback? And it goes back to what people were talking about, the leadership thing, the intangible thing. No, I'm not talking about that. When Brett Favre came out, for those of you who remember, he had a gun. That's all everybody talked about. And yes, would Brett Favre throw 3 interceptions on you one game? He would. But in the other 4, he'll throw 3 touchdowns and throw for 300 yards. Not that 300 yards meant much. I'm just saying, but ask Sterling Sharp at the end. Ask Greg Jennings. Ask any wide receiver that played with him that he gave them a chance. And with Desmond Ritter right now, again, the same collective hive mind folks who feel like Desmond Ritter is going to be great. I'm just looking for I'm just looking for stuff on the resume. That's all I'm looking for. I'm not asking for top 10. I'm not asking for, shoot, I'll take top 50%. And here's the crazy thing, right? Here is the absolute crazy thing. In the NFL right now, we are at a transitional moment. There really aren't a lot of great quarterbacks right now. There aren't. But when I saw Jalen Hurts, I definitely saw some things he could do with his legs, and he got a chance to develop stuff. But you saw some things from him early that said, okay, I see some flashes there. Patrick Mahomes, same thing. You saw flashes of what Patrick could do. Justin Herbert, nice accurate arm. You saw that when he first got in. Tua, as bad as his first year was, you saw some flashes with it. What has Desmond Ritter done to just galvanize some of this fan base to think you see something that you can say, oh, you know what, y'all? I'll wait. You know what the answer is? The answer is you really didn't see it. You really haven't seen anything. And I'll tell you what, the reason why I know the answer is you haven't seen anything, because if my coach said, if the medical staff tells me that I can put this quarterback back in the game and he gives me the best chance to win, guess what? He's going back. Do y'all remember last year, the Tua game against Buffalo? Do y'all remember that? The first game against Buffalo. And they knocked the sense out of Tua. Tua came up and he was not making fun, but he was almost looked like he was convulsing getting up. And they took there and put him in the tent and they made him count to 10. And the coach said, he good? Shh. Man, go get in that game. So you're meaning to tell me, Arthur Smith is a genius, that you have so much faith in your quarterback that when they cleared him medically, and go look at don't believe me, Desmond Ritter, AtlantaFalcons.com, go look at the interview. Desmond said, I was clear. I was ready to go. But you see in the answer that Desmond gives that Desmond was kind of confused. Desmond was like, oh, I can't get in the game? Again, Tua, twitching, convulsing on the field. Mike McDaniel, y'all got some Tylenol over there? Get him out there. Because that's the best chance to win. But Coach Smith, who obviously has a medical degree we don't know about, says, oh, I was looking at him. I don't know. And the reporters, they were relentless. What did you see? I don't know. I could just see something was off. But the medical people who are paid to evaluate that stuff said he was good. But in your opinion, something was off. I know what was off. The 14-3 at halftime was off. Just say it. Tell the truth. So that's why y'all see I'm not really getting on the Desmond Ritter mistakes yesterday, the fumble, and I'm getting on Arthur Smith today because I just think you're fooling you think you're so smart and you're really not. And anytime you go inside the 10 and you got your tight end throwing a pass, so no, it's this is crazy, absolutely crazy, y'all. Ricky's in the house. What's going on, Rick? How you feeling, man? JJ the Great says, "Give me Heineke."
Just the other night, I was telling Arthur Smith to play Heineke, Heineke, Heineke.
Another vote for Taylor. Larry said Arthur did change things up at halftime when he saw Taylor could throw the ball in places Ritter couldn't, and took the Titans out of press coverage, single high safety set. And listen, Larry, you're right. But why did he change that? And you said it in your answer. In places Ritter couldn't, Taylor could throw the ball in places Ritter couldn't. So again, was the benching of him, and yes, it was a benching, y'all. Don't let anybody fool y'all. We're gonna evaluate. I don't see anybody in the concussion protocol. Dude, woo. Ricky says, all I gotta say is if Taylor played the whole entire game, we would have had 40 points. So another contestant in Ritter or Heineke. Sounds like Ricky is going with Mr. Heineke. Millie says, which NFL team actually ran their head coach out of town? Might be us. Nando says, it's year 3. Arthur Smith still doesn't have a quarterback because his stubbornness is making this time very, very short. If Arthur Smith was that genius, he would start Heineke the rest of the year. And I don't want people to mistake me, y'all. If he decides to go with Ritter, I'm not mad at him. But just know that that's attached to you. WCGC says if the Cards have any chance of trading Murray, they're going to have to eat a large part of that deal, so it wouldn't hurt. That's the big thing about the Murray thing. Yeah, that's the big thing about that. Ghost Peppers, what's up, man? He said, I don't care. Just get the offense going and let's win some games. Well, you got to care because it depends on who's running your offense, Ghost. I mean, don't get me wrong. I, I when I say I don't care, if I didn't care, I probably wouldn't even be talking about it. But I do care because I think it depends on who you have there. Now, do I want Ritter to blossom and be that guy? Absolutely. I would love for that to happen. But man, this season is almost halfway over, and I'm not seeing a whole bunch of things that make me think he's going to be the guy. I don't. That's the crazy thing. But as far as the last game, the no call determined the game. Yes, it did. That was a horrible no call. Horrible. JJ says nobody is saying Heineke is great. We're saying he's better. Absolutely. Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better myself. Another super chat in the house.
I know when you super chat,
Big brother John.
Uncle Steve will chat right back.
He says,
I know when you super chat, Uncle Steve will talk right back. Every time you donate to me, you.
Tua got hit so hard. He was throwing gang signs, and when he went right back in. But Smith still said today that he's under evaluation. Yeah, that's what I'm just trying to tell y'all. John saw what I saw, and again, I'm not here to try to, thank God he turned out to be okay. But if the doctor said you okay, I'm trying to figure out, what did you know? What did you know that made you think you were a better judge of that? I don't. Billy says, we even see flashes for Lamar. Oh. King said, but you got to stop acting like Taylor didn't have these weapons either in Washington. So we don't know what he could do with real skill players. That's true. I mean, that's fair. But no, but again, it again, but not mistaking that no one is saying Taylor is the end all be all. And folks, for the record, let me make it clear. Let me go on the record at 7:09, October 30th, 2023. I'm not trying to say keep Heineke forever. To me, this is Mariota in reverse. Actually, nobody's trying to make Taylor this Peyton Manning or anything like that. I'm not saying that. But it doesn't take a genius to see that you probably got a little bit more skilled quarterback than you have right now in Desmond Ritter. Will Desmond develop into something? Maybe so. But let's not pretend. That's my only thing. Let's stop pretending. Jamal says we saw flashes from Dez too. Only problem is the turnovers. But y'all forgetting he's still young and still learning. Practice is the key. I'm cool with Taylor starting next week, but not long term. And that's a fair statement. Let me go back to why again. I just say, Jamal, um, nobody's saying Desmond shouldn't take the time to learn. I'm not saying that. But is it gonna be on our dime? Is it gonna be on this timeline this year when you see other things that you say, okay, well, maybe we can make this work while he's developing? Why can't he be Aaron Rodgers and sit on the bench for 2 to 3 years? And I'm not trying to say that's the greatest thing. You see, Jordan Love, it doesn't seem to be working for him. But who says that you had to throw him in here this early? You could have done the Mariota thing 3 years in a row. Be honest. You could have brought Heineke in here this year and said, you know what, Heineke, you do that. Desmond, hold the Microsoft Surface. But we were told as a fan base, nah, Desmond ready. But Terry, are you going to bring it in competition? Nah, we're just going to bring somebody in to back him up. But Terry, are you sure? Well, those 4 games he had last year was enough to show us. Arthur Smith said that in a press conference early in the spring. And then in preseason, you doubled down by saying the quarterback that all of a sudden now the narrative is needs time. You didn't give him any time in preseason. So I want somebody to make that make sense to me. Everyone now that's playing the let's defend Desmond story. When preseason came, he played 8 plays and threw an interception at the end. And everyone said, well, he's ready. Now, at the almost halfway part, when you're talking about benching him, now comes to the excuses. Well, you got to let him develop. Well, shoot, he should have been developing in preseason. Bryce Young was, and again, hold on, the hive mind. Well, he's still a rookie. We develop people in rookies. Yeah. But he wasn't a rookie in preseason. In preseason, he was such a rookie, you played him 8 plays. Make it make sense, somebody. Somebody come in here and make this make sense that he had enough experience to play only 8 plays in preseason, but yet when he gets to regular season, he needs time. You can't make it make sense. Just say what you're going to say and just tell the truth. I love Desmond. Just tell the truth. Because that's the part that will really touch a nerve when I hear that we're not giving him time. And then all of a sudden, before this year, before preseason, the excuse was, well, he had 4 games at the end of last year. We know what he can do. Come on. King said, if you get 2 quarters from Taylor with 20 points, we win that game. Let's not forget he beat us every time. Yes, he did. With less talent. Larry said, preach, Steve. If Ritter is it, then soon as Ritter was cleared from concussion protocol, Arthur Smith would have put him back in the game. Arthur keep lying to the media and the fans. And that's the problem. He really does. G said, while we at it, I truly believe Rich McKay needs to be gone with Arthur Smith. That's so funny. Rich McKay in the background said, I didn't do nothing. I didn't do it. What you thought? I'm watching the United game. I didn't even do nothing. Maurice, what's up, man? Say, speaking of not seeing anything, do you believe Ritter saw that linebacker coming straight up? He took that side. You know, it's Maurice. I think he was at a point where Desmond realizes the last couple of games he is really, whether all of them were his fault are going to be arguable. But he's turned the ball over way too many times. It's things that go on his record. Whether the center did it wrong, whether he didn't have block on his blind side, whether the receiver ran the wrong route. On his record, Desmond Ritter has turned the ball over more than any NFL quarterback this year prior to yesterday's game. And after turning the ball over again, you're right. He probably said to himself, man, I'm not throwing an interception. I'm about to go down and just lay on this 2-yard line. And that's why, if you think about it, Mike Hughes, you're not excused. Because Mike Hughes lost that game for us too. Not that Desmond couldn't work his way out of that, but dude, come on, bro. Fair catch at the 2? Really? What happened to stand at the 10 and let the ball? Look, if the punter punched the ball and that bad boy lays up at the 3-yard line and bounce up, you give him applause and move on. But how are you standing? Why are you going? That's just, if the dude's down there the gunner runs down there faster than you, and the ball happens to hop up and he makes a great play to get the ball to the 2, then so be it. But I remember standing at the 10-yard line. That used to be it. Brother JJ is in the house. Appreciate you, JJ. Big 999. Thank you, my friend.
Chat, super chat, super chat. Chat, super chat, super chat. To your left, to your left.
JJ the Great is in here. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate you supporting the channel. We were told he was the guy. He was handed the starting job with no competition, and they treated him like a 10-year vet and not playing him in preseason. But now he needs time. Bruh, I'm sitting here trying to tell you, JJ, is anybody else seeing that? Nobody is going back to those moments. See, I try to lock these things in. I don't claim to be any type of genius.
Arthur Smith is a genius.
But I do remember there being this passionate, Desmond is ready. Desmond is taking us to the next level. Desmond, and all of that talk, I didn't hear anything about, well, this is going to be a 2 to 3 year project. Or this is going to be, y'all need to give him time to develop. I didn't hear anybody saying that. And even though common sense tells you he's going to need some time. But we weren't sold that, y'all. We were sold magic beans. They gave us some magic beans in there. And they say, go plant them. Now, I don't know if they're going to grow. But we selling into the fan base. I am not here to try to tell you Taylor Heineke is the end-all, be-all. But I am here to tell you that I don't think it was a coincidence that the offense started clicking when he came in. Now, well, Taylor get like my man was saying earlier. Absolutely, Taylor gonna get a ball back to you a few times. But if that quarterback play came in for a couple of the games this year, folks, I'm sorry. I think that make a difference. I think it make a difference. Thank you, JJ. I always appreciate you, brother. Always appreciate you. Slim Dollar says if Arthur Smith is so worried about Ritter, then he is forced to start Taylor, because if you start Ritter in the first small mistake, he will make the crowd will completely destroy Ritter and Arthur. So again, another vote. Slim says Ritter or Heineke. He's going for Heineke. Juan says, when did he take a concussion? Because he's been taking hits all year. Man, like I said again, I think that was made up, Juan. I really do. Ghost says what it means is if Smith feels Taylor Heineke gives us the best chance to get this offense going, then so be it. Let's go win some games. I agree with that. Absolutely agree with you, Ghost. Absolutely agree. Whoever's the best equipped to win games, folks, this ain't the time to be playing. We're hitting a stretch of games that we still have 4 division games to play. We can't sit around and start pretending like we're going to wait for somebody. If you see at this point Desmond is moving a little slower than normal, sit him down. Guess what? You got him for 2 more years. He ain't going nowhere. If you really believe in Dez, if you really have the passion, if you really
I believe Des can fly.
If you really think he's the guy,
I believe Des can touch the sky.
That's leading you to the future.
Think about it almost every day.
Then you'll sit him down.
Des can do anything.
Recharge that Microsoft Surface.
I believe Des can score.
Tell him to get the Gatorade.
If he doesn't fumble on the 4.
And support Taylor.
I believe Des can fly.
To get this team to the playoffs.
I believe Des can fly. I believe Des can fly.
I mean, that's what you do. I'm just telling you. What's up, Austin? How you doing, brother? Good to see you, man. Ricky says, it is what it is. We scored more points in less quarters with no turnovers than we have all year. Desmond Ritter is a botched project child. Dang. For the heart of Arthur Smith. And that ship is sailed. Finish out the season with Taylor, get us in the playoffs, and concentrate on improving on the quarterback position with someone else that can win us a championship. Smith needs to get over his tissue paper feelings and get us a winning product on the field. I agree. Outstanding, sir. Outstanding. We gotta stop, man. G said, you're right, the excuses for Ritter have run its course. And here's the thing. Nobody is anti-Ritter the man. The young man seems like he has a nice story. He was decent in college. He did seem like he had some nice leadership skills. That's great. But we notice it's not translating on the field, folks. There is somebody sitting here waiting with the Desmond Ritter. Desmond Ritter, I'm calling him something different. I love Desmond. With the Desmond Ritter pom-poms, that's just saying, just wait. Well, shoot, I'm waiting. Give it to me. I mean, that's I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Jamal said you right about Mike Hughes. I think I slick think they were trying to hype up the Oilers unis up. I think they had the Falcons throw the game. I hope not, because we needed that game more. King said, if you remember, Arthur Smith said he wasn't ready last year when he didn't take Mariota out. I'd rather see Ritter then, because we all understood. We would have understood. And I like Dez, but he needs more time, and that's real. Oh, now, King, it's hard not to like him when you listen to him talk. It's hard not to like Desmond Ritter when you listen to him discuss the game, discuss the things he needs to do. He does that well. The media stuff he got down pat. But he just got to follow it up with some play on the field. That's it. JJ says, how long it take you to record all those? Not long. Just little tweaking here and there. That's all. Oh, man. Isaiah says, nah, we could just say he needs a reclining chair and a blanket for you. His tears. Y'all are wrong. King said, I'm willing to give Ritter time, but not on the field with those turnovers. He needs more time in the film room, and nothing is wrong with that because he's young. He'll Mahomes sat for 3. No, Mahomes didn't sit for 3 years. He only sat 1 year. He only sat 1 year. He came in that last game of his rookie year, and then he was starting the next year. He didn't sit that long. WCG says, y'all all want Ritter on the Falcons, then offer him the quarterback job. Oh, man. Armani says, Uncle Steve, what's going on? What's going on, nephew? Say Heineke should be the guy going forward. He put dang near 20 points up in one half. So, nephew Armani, in today's game of Ritter or Heineke, he votes for.
Just the other night, I was telling Arthur Smith to play Heineke, Heineke, Heineke.
Another vote for Heineke. That's what we got to do. My brother Scott's here again. Scott says the Desmonds have to realize that Arthur Smith killed the bird and put the feathers in Desmond's hands just to keep the heat off of him. Y'all are relentless, man. Y'all are relentless. I thought I was bad.
I love Desmond.
Oh, man. Travis says Ritter and Arthur's relationship as toxic as Will and Jada. Dang. It's about right, though. He's about right. But they connected at the hip. And, it's crazy, Travis. It really is. I want the Falcons to succeed so bad that I have been willing to wait to see if Desmond is going to develop. I really am. I was. But there's something that I see in him that just says every time he gets that ball, I'm just not convinced. Tell the truth, y'all. When y'all saw Taylor came in that game, he had a different look in his eye. He had a different, just not from him being Tom Brady or Peyton Manning, but he came ready to play. I remember when he first came into games for Washington. Some people just got something. What's my man's name who went from team to team with the beard on Thursday? Fitzmagic. Fitzmagic is not a all-time great. But I tell you what, Fitzmagic got something. He good for 3 or 4 games before he blows it. I don't know. Titus says, Steve, do you remember when Vegas set Ritter over under passing touchdowns at 15? It seemed like a sure bet to take the over. Man, I don't even want to tell you, Titus. I don't even want to tell you what I did when I went to bet this year with Ritter. I got about 3 prop bets on Ritter that I've already just chopped up the losses. That ain't one of them, but I'm embarrassed to say out loud. I might have to text you. Oh, man. Demetra says Ritter was on the sideline looking like Yvette from Baby Boy when he said, don't you love me no more? Y'all killing me with the pop culture references. I love it. WCG says always knows what to do, what he needs to improve on, but then never does it. Either he doesn't care or he lacks the talent to get there. Now I know he cares, but I understand what you're saying. Yeah, we got to clean that up. That's their favorite thing. We got to clean that up. You can tell they say that every meeting. We're going to clean that up. We're going to clean that up. And then you go out the next game and it's worse. Got to clean that up. We got to clean that up. and then we win in spite of. I don't know, folks. I just want us to be a winning team. That's all. That's all. Isaiah said Taylor looked like Iron Man when he came to whoop Ritter. I can't with y'all, man. Y'all. Scott said Heineke had that. Let me show you how it's done, young buck. Look, yes, he did. Yes, he did. King said that's all I'm saying. He needs more time. That's all. And what I don't want is AS to lose the locker room mid-season. That, at the end of the day, that's a very good point because you saw the offense come to life. You saw the offense come to life. I mean, it's a difference. ATL says Heineke got swag, confidence, and audacity, if nothing else. He's gonna slang that thing. He ain't out there trying to look like a frightened Burkhead like Ritter. Wow. Jamal said it too. Yeah, every meet for sure. Got to clean that up. You got to. Travis said, just scrolling through the Falcons app and looking at the coaching staff, no one is listed as a quarterback coach. Who is responsible? Oh Lord, please don't. Please hope John Harris is not in the chat. He would echo that sentiment so well. He would. Hey, listen, everybody. This has been so outstanding, man. Again, I appreciate everyone joining us for the Monday Minutia. Before y'all leave, make sure y'all hit the like button for me. This has been outstanding, whether you're on Facebook or whether you're on YouTube. Get this thing out there. I love chopping this up every Monday. There may not be an edition on Friday, actually, this weekend, celebrating 23 years with my lovely bride, Kira, as we celebrate our wedding anniversary. So we probably will not have a Friday brunch this week, but we will be available after the game on Sunday to talk about hopefully a win against the Minnesota Vikings as they come in without Kirk Cousins this week. Folks, this has been fun. I'm glad y'all brought the energy. I'm also glad y'all brought your sense of humor, man. We got to listen. Sometimes you got to laugh, not to cry. And sometimes instead of getting mad, have some fun. Let's do some, do some good stuff together. I appreciate y'all. I see the congratulations. Thank you, brother. Thank you, Jamal. Appreciate that, man. Both from the both of us, we will really appreciate that. Again, hit the like button. Thank you, Mills. Appreciate you. Hit the like button. Thank you, Jeffrey. Demetrius, appreciate you. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you, Juan. Thank you, Travis. Thank y'all so much. Appreciate everyone and their well wishes. Y'all have a great week. We will catch y'all back on Sunday after the game. Until then, everyone take care. And remember, if you lose faith in our quarterback,
I believe death can fly. I believe death can touch the sky. Think about it almost every day. Death can do anything. I believe death can score. If he doesn't fumble on the 4, I believe death can fly. I believe that